I'm H.D. Perkins. I've known Landry since second grade, and I can say that I was very lucky to be able to spend a great deal of time with the guy all the way up to his death. I got to be in Colorado with him. I got to be here in Texas with him, and I feel like he's still with me right now. Landry was legendary, and no matter how hard I try, I will never be able to serve him the justice he deserves. For words can never begin to describe a legend like my friend and brother, Landry. He was a legendary friend, legendary brother, legendary son, legendary grandson, and a legend to all that followed in his footsteps and heard his name. Landry loved to live. He loved life, and he loved the feelings of both love and life, and enjoyed them to the fullest. He knew that there was no substitute for friends, family, and the relationships that were created from experiences. Landry took care of everyone he loved. There are so many people that he considered his family, and he would do anything for them. I know that I looked up to Landry. Landry taught people to stand up for themselves. He stood up for what he believed. And many times, it was not only the fact that he loved and believed in his friends. Landry believed in himself, and he believed in his loved ones. He was proud of his friends and family, and he was proud of where he was from, and the things and relationships and people who shaped him. Landry knew that the greatest wealth in life was the wealth of relationships and friendships, and he was able to demonstrate and teach this so well. We all know that Landry is by far the wealthiest person we know. There's so many things that he was able to do so well. His ability to cause chaos often rivaled his athletic ability and his cutting-edge performance. Landry was clutch. He was good at making friends, and he was really good at making friends with girls. Landry didn't fit into any one group. He was friends with all types of people, and while he could be a little intimidating at first, his warmth and one-of-a-kind sense of humor quickly made you feel close to him. Everyone knew his potential. It was so easily noticeable. To me, Landry was a survivor. He was a warrior. He always kept his eye on the prize. And we all knew we could see him at the finish line on the podium, no matter what. Don't doubt LC. He'll figure it out. Landry was going into the military. He knew he was a leader, but he hardly told anyone. For it wasn't about proving himself. He was a soldier, a fighter for his loved ones and his beliefs, and we already knew that. He didn't want us to worry about him. He didn't want us to try to talk him out of it. But it's simple. His heart was too big, and God knew that there was somewhere else for him to be. He was fearless. You could see it in every aspect of his life. Landry has always been one to take the next step before those around him. He was always wanting to move forward, and whether he was ready for it or not, he was leading us to something new. And now, once again, Landry has taken the next step before us. And though none of us were ready for it, it makes me feel much better and not scared that he's done it and he's there waiting for us to show up. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Lindsay Wayno, and I was another one of Landry's blessed friends. Some of you knew Landry as a son, a brother, a teammate, a student, as a friend, a heartbreaker, and a sweetheart. As Clarky, as Lan, and even Elsie Munn. No matter what his role or what you called him, you were all blessed to know him. I knew him as Lance. Landry and I were complete opposites. I was a shy, play-by-the-rules, uptight student, Landry an outgoing athlete who knew how to have a good time. Our worlds were so completely different, but we were the closest and best of friends. In the summer of 2000, Landry and I had the opportunity to attend camp together for 26 days, and it was 26 days away from the world we both knew. That summer, I would create a bond with Landry that would withstand the test of time. It was there that I would see sides of Landry I never knew exist, and ones I did shine through. For the first time, I saw the confident star athlete scared. We got off the plane to find out Landry's sleeping bag and sheets didn't make the flight. I remember how genuinely scared his face looked when he realized not only was he out of his element, but without his stuff. I remember his wide eyes and his repeated questioning what he was going to do. But like always, he managed, spending the first night on some makeshift sheets of bath towels and a borrowed blanket. It was that summer for the first time I would see the life of the party, Landry, shy. Every night before nightly activities, everyone at camp would get together and have a social hour. I can picture Landry tucked away on a wooden bleacher talking to no one. It was that night that he would admit to me for the first time that he gets shy in situations like this. But like always, by the time camp was over, he left with a list of friends. It was also that summer I was blessed to see some of Landry's most admirable attributes. I will never forget the first time we agreed to be wave running partners. I was the first to drive, and I will admit my goal was to throw him off. After throwing him off in a short time, I accidentally unleashed his competitive side. I remember his face peeking out of the water and his infectious grin from ear to ear. I knew with him in the driver's seat I better hold on tight, but within minutes he managed to throw me off. I remember coming up to the surface and seeing his face, and it was at that moment that I saw his tender, compassionate side, the side I cherished the most. He was so concerned about me, if I was okay. That is where Landry and I's relationship would forever be strong. Landry, you had the ability to pull me out of my shell because with you, I knew I was safe. I knew you cared, and I knew you would protect me. This is something I knew everyone admired about you. You were a lot of people's protectors. You had a lot of people's backs, and you had a lot of people who looked up to you. Landry, whether scared, shy, competitive, or tender, I loved every side of you. The side you personally knew of Landry may be different from mine, but whatever memories you hold with him, know he holds them too. Lance, I love you, and I will forever hold you in my heart.